Hello everyone, and welcome to the first in a series of Business Talk with your host Bruno. PMI is a student-led channel specializing in project management. Project management, for those who are wondering, is the backbone of any type of project. Project managers are there to ensure that the project is being delivered on time and within the preset budget. They deploy resources and find solutions to issues, and they diffuse tension. What an amazing job it is! Through this channel, we will meet with very interesting guests who, through their career in project management, will help us better understand the different methodologies and frameworks of that field. If you are someone who is passionate about this field or want a forum for discussion with like-minded people, our channel will help you understand the role and responsibility of a project manager, as well as giving you an overview of the tools and best practices that are used by professionals. We will make sure to deliver on these promises. Our very first series will welcome our guest, Jane Doe, to talk about her experience as a project manager for Bentley Leather Incorporated. Jane Doe has over 10 years of experience on that field and has carried out a big project for companies such as Google and Samsung. Together, we will be analyzing the project as a whole to determine if a standard framework was in place and what kind of methodology she applied throughout the process. Our analysis will focus on the highlights and opportunities of the specific framework and methodology while providing insight on the contextual factors that influence our decisions. If you have any specific questions that you want to ask her regarding the project, leave a comment below and we will make sure to include this in our next video. Please subscribe and like our videos so you don't miss out. So what is coming up in our next 4 videos? We will look into the launch of the new store location and its new concept and measure the success rate of this project based on the general happiness of the stakeholders, as well as whether or not the timeline and budget were met. We'll look into each life cycle phase and process implemented, delving into best practices and areas of opportunities. For each video, we will structure the content around the context that led to the project manager's decision-making process. The main concept of each of the 4 videos will be as follows: planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and lastly, our post-mortem analysis. Just to give you some background information before we begin, Bentley Leathers was founded in 1987. It is currently operating in all 10 Canadian provinces. With over 250 stores, Bentley Leathers Incorporated is the largest specialty retailer of luggage, handbags, and small leather goods and accessories in Canada. Most stores are located in malls, and we will be discussing the one in Fairview Pointe-Claire in Montreal, Quebec. We will be looking into the relocation process of one of their stores from one unit to another within the same mall with the goal of attracting new clientele. In fact, the mall had promised Bentley's unit to H&M, giving them no choice but to relocate. Through this, Bentley struck a deal with the mall and decided to make the best out of it to implement changes in order to improve traffic and hopefully improve sales. The project started in February 2018 and came to an end at the beginning of September 2019. Due to some complication, the opening date was pushed a few times, resulting in a loss of revenue. Our team will be analyzing what went wrong and propose ways to improve the process of relocation employed by Bentley Leathers Incorporated. To give you a bit of context on this project, let's look at the timeline. On February 28, 2018, Bentley had no choice but to leave their current location because the mall had promised the location to H&M for their expansion. Bentley managed to strike a deal by getting a 1-year lease for a location twice the size for the same rent. The store then moved to this new location, which was not yet renovated. They took the location as is and used the space for a temporary setup. In the meantime, they started the planning phase of the renovation process of this location with the goal of opening a brand new store in the same space. That new store would come with a whole new concept. A year later, in February 2019, the store moved to a temporary location so they could start renovating in the current location. Reopening was now planned for beginning of July 2019, which was right before the store's biggest sales period of the year, back to school. At the beginning of July, the store was not yet completed, but they believe it could be done by the end of July. At the end of July, timing was not good. It was right back into back-to-school season. The store was too busy to move, and even if they wanted to, renovation were still not completed. The new plan was to open after back-to-school season, which meant the second week of September. The store was to keep their temporary location until the moving day. The new store opening date was now Monday, September 9th, 2019. On August 25th, 2019, the mall management told Bentley that the store needed to relocate out of the current temporary location by 7 p.m. on Monday, September 2nd, because another retailer needed the space. This meant a week with no sales. On top of that, they were to find a plan for storing the extra merchandise. The mall agreed to rent a storage location for their merchandise until September 9th. On September 2nd, the store team members emptied the temporary store to transfer the merchandise either to the storage location or to nearby stores. Products that are discontinued weren't being kept for the grand opening. Finally, on September 6th, all new products for reopening were delivered at the new location, and on September 9th, the store team members started setting up the store while construction was putting the final touches. The new concept store opened Thursday, September 12, 2019 at 10 a.m. As you can see, project management is all about this. Dealing with unexpected events and delays from the construction team require the project manager to be extremely flexible and solution-oriented. It's not for everyone, but damn, how can this be more fun? That pretty much wraps up our first video. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you like this and want to know more about this project, also don't forget to throw some comments below so we can answer your questions. See ya!